You can't stop me from drinking. It ain't no use to try. You can't stop me from drinking. It ain't no use to try. Because the way you treated me, well, I'm gonna drink until I die.
Card number 83 from the Bowman Color set. I forgot when I did this video. I certainly didn't forget that I incorporated some adult beverages into a Bowman Color video featuring a player named Jack Daniels. But I did forget that I had 2 glasses in the video. That was a fun one to make because that was real whiskey. That was not Coke in the glass there, and I do remember being well into both of those glasses now when I made that video all those years ago. So if it is card number 83 from Card Room Live, well, that must mean it is session 83. Sorry that we're getting started so late, everybody. I know there was some panic. I was on a phone call that I could not jump off of, but here we are. Happy Sunday evening to everybody. If you are new to Card Room Live, welcome to you. Be prepared because this is not a show. Lower your expectations. This is a hangout for fellow vintage collectors. We don't have any guests tonight. What we're going to do is waste time looking at and talking about cardboard, and through it all, we'll try to make it time well wasted for everybody involved. If you're here with us live, I hope you will introduce yourself in the chat and make yourself heard. That's what makes this so much fun, is to hear from everybody in the comments area. If you're a lurker, though, that's okay. Welcome to the lurkers. If you happen to be listening to this later on, it's a recording. So hello to those of you in the future. You might be going to work or coming home from work. You might be sorting cards, looking at eBay, walking the dog, sitting on the john, wondering if Eddie Wakis is going to come up at some point tonight. He often does. Wondering if I will ever stop referencing the card room video that Reese ND Card Ranger still has not made. Whatever you might be thinking about or wondering about or doing, I hope you get something out of it. If you want to get in touch or have ideas for future sessions, you can always email me at bowman53channel@gmail.com. You can also find me on Instagram, bowman53_Alex. You can find me on Twitter at 1953 Bowman Color. And of course, as always, you can find that information in the description below. For those of you that are here, if you have a question or an idea for a topic or a smart-ass comment or a card or a set that you want to talk about, I hope you'll drop it in the chat, because otherwise it's going to be really quiet. And we're not afraid of silence in this live stream. It's kind of built on silence. So with all of that said, let's see who is here tonight. Mike is here. Sports History Collector, hello. Peter B is here. William is here. I don't know if that's true at all. I don't think the airwaves are electric. I think they're a little underwhelming. But I'm glad you're here, William. What's up, Jay? I appreciate any thumbs up. I don't know that it's deserved, but Card Room Live appreciates thumbs up. Orlando's here, and Mr. Think Blue 77 Jesse is here. Hammer 44 is here. Mitchell, White Sox fan card collector, is here. Reese is here. I was just talking about you, Reese. I'm sure you heard everything I just said. I think you just come here to get bullied at the beginning of a Card Room Live session, Reese. That's the only reason you sign in. Joe Wood Collector is here. Doug is here. Joe, I appreciate you putting your name in your title there. Not that anybody has to, but um, there are tons of YouTubers. There are tons of commenters, and it's always a good idea to kind of remind us of what your name is. Scoots is here. Scoots Collectibles. Mike, do you think that Eddie has? Sorry, do you think that Reese has Eddie Waitkus cards in his card room? We won't know until we get a video. Yeah, and Reese, don't tell us. Don't tell us if there are Eddie Waitkus cards. In fact, maybe Reese, if you do, that would be a nice little Easter egg, is to have an Eddie Waitkus card somewhere in your setup when you do your card room video. Just received some custom baseball glove made baseballs from Don Droke. Have you guys ever seen any of these? He has done baseballs for the Reds and the Yankees. No, I have not. So let me see if I can look up who you're talking about and see if I can find any information about him. I'm seeing all sorts of people named Don Droke, but maybe I need to type in baseballs. Here's something. This might be him. I'll get back to the comments in just a second. Everybody just hang tight. I'm trying to find something about these baseballs. Let's see if I can share this. I found this article, and I'm sure, William, you're probably already like clarifying stuff that you just shared with us, but I'm going to go ahead and share this article. Piney Flats man has unique way of repurposing old baseball gloves. Don Droke's baseball story began nearly 100 years ago. Droke's handmade baseball and baseball glove hybrids have been shipped all over the country from Washington to New York. Though the process of making baseballs can be tedious, takes some finesse, Droke is able to complete a new ball in about 6 to 8 hours. He does so while watching Cincinnati Reds games. So he'll take a dilapidated baseball glove and preserve as many of the stampings as possible before rewrapping the coverless baseball in the leather from the glove. While it sounds simple, Droke notes that getting the leather from the glove to lie flat on the ball is the real trick. That's what he spends most of his time doing during the process. So here he is. Here's Don holding a baseball. Let's see what some of these other photographs look like. There's a little bit of a closer image of it. There you go. That's really cool. Awesome. I'm gonna guess that's a Willie Mays. Yeah, that's a Willie Mays glove turned into a baseball. Very cool. William, thank you for sharing that story. I had no idea. And he also has a public Facebook page that displays them. That's great. That's very cool. Always something new in a card room live session. Reese is here. It takes a bit longer to redo an office card room than I hoped. That's our update, everybody. I'm going to take that to mean that you're not done yet, Reese. That's how I'm going to interpret that. Scott's here. You know how I know? It says it right here. What's up, Scott? Scott, the Guardians beat that team today. I'm going to guess y'all had a face-off. Two of his Clemente balls are going into the Cooperstown Hall of Fame this year. Very cool. I did not know that. That's great. What's up, James? Hello to you. Everybody beats your team. Well, the Phillies lost the series to the Pittsburgh Buccaneers. And there's been a lot of texting about it, mostly from Mr. Ed Westergriff, a little bit from Ray from Philly. I think Don from Don's Field of Dreams cards has just been quietly enjoying the fact that Pittsburgh beat Philadelphia. Oh, wow. Why is that? Why is that? Oh, the other New York team. Okay. All right. How do you feel about the Phillies City Connects? I don't really care one way or the other. I think everybody is sort of predisposed to not like any of the City Connect jerseys. I'm sure there are some people that like them. I get it. They're trying to create something to cause a buzz or cause some fan reaction. I tend to think that baseball fans in general like to complain about anything that's new, and I'm putting myself in that category too. I will definitely take any opportunity to complain about something that's new. I don't really care one way or the other about the City Connect uniforms, to be honest. Yes, Andrew McCutchen hit number 300. Andrew McCutchen is one of my favorite players. I'm glad he's still playing. I'm glad he's with the Pirates. I enjoyed his time with the Phillies. He's a great player. I'm glad to see him reach that number. What's up, Eddie? You like City Connect if you get them for free. Okay, the Seattle City Connects, maybe. Okay. I haven't seen them all. I've seen them like here and there over the years, but haven't really paid attention. What's up, Sammy? So what's the topic for tonight, everybody? I wasn't kidding when I said there's nothing planned. We can look up cards. We can talk about vintage. We can talk about Strongsville, even though I'm not going. We can talk about the National, even though I'm not sure if I'm going. I'm going to try to get to the National, but it's not 100% confirmed yet. We can talk about cards. We can go on eBay. We can talk about YouTube. I literally have a YouTube video that I'm working on right now. I've got the timeline open. I can share that with you all for a new video. I was hoping to get it finished today, but today was just a crazy day. There was a lot of stuff going on. I rarely had any time this weekend to sit down and work on videos like I was hoping to. Harder and harder to find, like a few hour stretch of time to sit down and work on stuff. Not complaining. It's just life. And, everything's good. Just, have not had a chance recently to sit down and make videos. I always enjoy sitting down to make videos, though. And one of the things I've always tried to do for the however many years I've been making videos is that I'm never going to create this sense of like pressure that I have to make a video, because I never want to not enjoy making videos. I always enjoy making my videos. For me, it's actually kind of become part of the hobby. As I said before, it's a little break. Even though it looks like work, I really enjoy doing it. And it's kind of therapeutic. I can kind of forget about other stuff that's going on and like take a little break and have fun looking at baseball cards and making videos. So I always want my videos to feel like that. I always want to enjoy making them and not feel like I have to do it or that there's some deadline or whatever. So I started one today, but didn't get to finish it. So I have that open. All right, we got some more City Connect ideas. This Phillies Connect jerseys were horrific. I guess I'm in the no change boat. Yeah. I don't know. I really like the City Connect hats. I'm excited for ours this year. All right. Alex, when you look at graded cards, what's your preference in terms of what you look for? I guess I'm a centering person. Generally, I don't like to see. I'm a centering and registration person. Probably in that order. I want the back to look nice, but I'm not a Nazi about it. um, I do care more. I think we all probably care more about the front than the back, but some of us care about the back too. I like the back. I want the back to be legible, but I'll completely change my criteria when I'm looking at pre-war. When I'm looking at pre-war, it's almost like all bets are off. I've got all kinds of pre-war that have creases and rounded corners and all kinds of stuff, and I'm okay with it because you just have to change the way you look at pre-war compared to post-war. But generally speaking, I think the thing that jumps out at me first would be centering. Let's see. Scoot, I commend you and the others that do the crazy editing. I'm a hit play, hit stop, and post kind of guy. Yeah, there's nothing crazy about editing. There isn't. I'm a big advocate of it if you want to do it. You know, I think some people are like, oh, that editing, it's really hard and it's really time consuming. It may be at first, but it isn't over time like anything else. You know, I can put a video together fairly quickly if it doesn't involve a lot of extra elements and other videos and stuff. I can put it together pretty quickly. And I'm not trying to brag. It's just because I've been doing it for a while. And I think if you started, the editing process and got comfortable with it, anybody that also edits would probably say the same thing. But it's not for everybody. And I also love just getting the camera out, hitting record, saying what I'm going to say, doing whatever I'm going to show, showing whatever I'm going to show and hitting stop and being done with it. I think that's great too. I would say as long as you're having fun with YouTube, it's all a matter of preference, but ultimately if you're having fun, that's what matters most. I'm about to bid on a Bill Hallahan Diamond Stars in a few minutes. You all better stay away. Well, let's go to eBay. Let's go to eBay and watch Mitchell's Bill Hallahan card slowly climb in its bidding. It's okay to take a break from making videos to do other things you enjoy as well. Yeah, I think that's great advice. When I first started my channel, I was probably making 3 to 4 videos a week, which for some people is not even that much, but for me, that was a lot. Now I might make 1 video a month, maybe a couple of videos a month. I just don't have the time that I once did. I wish I did because I really enjoy doing it, but I just don't have the time. But I guess to me now, it's like when I do have the time, I just enjoy it. I just, I'm very thankful for those times when I actually can sit down and do it. Does anyone in the chat actually own a City Connect jersey? If you win that, Mitch, you should buy a Diamond Stars t-shirt to celebrate. I have a Diamond Stars t-shirt on the way that was made by this gentleman. I have not received it yet, and I realized today that the reason I haven't received it was because I was so excited to purchase it that I hit purchase, having not changed the address, and it went to some other address that I lived in a few years ago, and now it's somewhere in my town finding its way to me. So I have to wait, but somewhere out there, there's a Diamond Stars shirt with my name on it. Okay, Scoots has one. There we go. What's up, Jason? Pre-war is all about registration. Yeah. I'm a some editing guy. I'm awful in front of the camera. I edit to make up for my shortcomings. Sure. Yeah, one of the things I like about editing is I can get out whatever I'm trying to say in a way that I can kind of take the pressure off myself. Like, I'm just talking to you guys off the cuff, right? And whatever I say is what I say, and however it goes is how it goes. But when I do the video, I kind of think about what I'm going to say, and I can screw it up, and I can curse at myself and whatever, and then I can clean it up, and hopefully it makes it, you know, a shorter experience than it would be if I just talked off the cuff. And actually, that's why I like doing Card Room Live, because I can just talk off the cuff with y'all, and I don't have to edit it. I mean, this is my version of hitting record and letting whatever happens happen. You don't see the 12 takes that I need to get a 30-second bit. Exactly. There you go. That's a great idea, Mitchell. I think everybody should send their significant other the Reindeer Studios Etsy page. I mean, plenty of opportunities for birthday gifts on that page. Hey, Will, what's up? The Gunnar Henderson City Connect jersey, very cool. I love making videos, but I've been tied up with family obligations for the past week. Yeah. Like I said today, I was thinking like today's the day I'm going to get to make this video, and just like one thing after another came up, and nothing bad. That's just life. And in fact, I would say if you find yourself busy with family and friends and loved ones, consider yourself blessed, because it's a good thing to have a busy life when it means, you're busy with family and friends. The Atlanta City Connect is actually nearly cool, reminiscent of the uniform the Braves wore when Hank Aaron broke the home run record. Yeah, that era of Braves uniforms are pretty awesome, for sure. William asks, 1934 gold medal flower postcard size cards. Is it a card or a postcard? Does anybody know or have a strong opinion about that? I don't know that I know those cards, so I'm going to jump on eBay and type them in. Let me pull this up so y'all can see what I'm looking at. Here they are. Looks like they were not only baseball, not only baseball, but also like movie stars. Here's a Mickey Cochran, Goose Goslin, a Frankie Frisch, Pepper Martin, man, this whole eBay thing with the recent change in terms of how the zoom in works is really frustrating. Silence. Here it is, guys, the silence. Yeah, that didn't really help that much. These are cool. I don't know, are these cards or postcards? Anybody have any strong feelings about it? I mean, I don't know what the dimensions are of these things. They kind of seem like card sized to me, but maybe they're just oversized cards. They almost look like exhibits, right? I can't really tell. I don't know what I'm talking about. Sammy, I edit my card show videos to avoid abrupt movements between display case to display case. I keep my preliminary commentary to a minimum and let the footage carry it all, right? Whatever works, right? I think it's fun. Like, like you can look at it as like extra stuff that you don't have to do, but I always look at it as like part of the fun. Part of the fun for me of YouTube is like having fun making the videos and trying to make something that you think other people will have fun with too. Because we're kind of on the topic, what are everyone's other hobbies and interests when not collecting or watching baseball? Yeah, I'd love to hear what y'all can share on that front. What's some other stuff that y'all are into that doesn't have any connection to card collecting or baseball in general? Sammy says kayaking, making music, and bird watching. It's funny how much bird watching I do just from sitting at the table and looking at my backyard. There's a lot of wildlife coming into my yard. All-American 82nd. Check out the 1957 Johnny Padres. It'll definitely remind you of the 53 Bowman Gil Hodges. All right, we'll do that. You got my attention. 1957 Topps Padres. Yeah. This is a card that has some, I mean, this particular example has serious registration issues, but at least it seems like it does, unless that's just how old photograph. I don't know. Let me see. I don't know that I've ever really paid attention to this card. Man, it's hard to tell. Man, the internet's super. Well, I'll tell you, give me 1 second, guys. I gotta close. Timeline. I think it's eaten up some of the processing. That seems like it may be a little bit better. Thank you for the Johnny Padres recommendation. It's a shame that the photograph is not so super, but I love seeing the Schaefer Beer scoreboard in the background. I've got mixed feelings about that set. There's some great photographs in it, but all in all, some of the photographs are kind of shoddy. Hammer 44 says other hobbies include classic cars, playing the guitar, and mountain biking. That's a pretty great list. Um, what, having a life versus hiding in your basement, making videos of pieces of cardboard with sweaty men on it is a better quality of life? Yeah, I would say so. Um, although there's nothing wrong with making videos of pieces of cardboard with sweaty men on it. As long as you don't hide in your basement. So, you know, don't hide in your basement and do that. Uh, do it in the light of day, and then you're fine. Jason Mitchell, I love poker, fishing, and music. That's great. Mitchell says marathon running, soccer, and gardening. Need to do some gardening at my house. The lawn is completely out of control. Scott, you're a funny man. Thank you, Orlando. Yeah, that was the impression I had. Yeah, it's okay, man. I appreciate your honesty. Eddie says tennis and some art. Orlando, nature and outdoors, walking, jogging, cooking, and baking. I was just in Atlanta, and I wanted to give people some birds. Larry's here. Larry says hiking with dogs, playing the piano, and reading. Man, I love reading, which is weird that I say that because when I was a teenager, that was like the last thing I wanted to do. It's like, please, no books. And now I'm always reading books. Now they tend to be like baseball or history books, but I love reading. Mookie, I like to fish and canoe in the pond behind my house. That's cool. Listen to baseball. Absolutely. Padres is a sneaky expensive card. It's a short print. I did not realize that. Got into making custom cards, all this new modern junk wax era stuff. Got to do something with it. Let's see. Eddie likes pistachios. Pistachios from the flea market. Okay, there's a lot of pistachio excitement in here. I like pistachios too. My girlfriend really likes pistachios. She likes pistachio ice cream. What's everybody's favorite? What's everybody's favorite ice cream flavor? Wow, this card room live session is really off the hook. What's everybody's favorite ice cream flavor? Yes, Orlando, since you like to bake, we're going to expect lots of baked goods at Strongsville and the National. It's interesting making videos, though. Kurt's Card Care is making videos and a lot of money from that basement. Nothing wrong with that. Yeah, I mean, again, as long as you're having a good time, it's all good. More of a cashew guy? Okay. What's up, Hugo? Late to the party, but I do quite a bit of gardening and I still play sports. That's great. I like being outside and doing yard work. It's a good thing none of y'all can see my yard because right now it looks like nobody has done yard work in a while, but I do like doing it. I just haven't had a chance recently. I play the drums. We have a few people in here that mentioned music and playing guitars and piano and other things. I play the drums. I've been playing the drums since I was a kid. And my mom actually taught me to play the drums. My mom was kind of a badass drummer, and I learned from her. And stopped probably when I went to college because drums are a difficult instrument to deal with because they're loud and they take up a lot of space and they're really hard to move around. And so I pretty much kind of gave up drums because I was in college and I didn't really have a good place to deal with those. And even if I did, my neighbors would be pissed off. And then, like maybe 10 years ago, I finally succumbed to electronic drums, which I wasn't too enthusiastic about because I'd much rather have a real kit. But I'm so glad that I did because electronic drums kind of solve all the problems. They're less expensive, they're easy to move around, and they don't piss off the neighbors because they can't hear them. So all of the problems that a real drum kit have were solved by the electronic drum kit, and I've been playing the drums like every day ever since. It's a lot of fun. Mitchell, I love all ice cream, especially after long marathon training runs. That's a good, yeah, absolutely. That makes sense. You got to treat yourself. Ben and Jerry's any flavor. Cherry Garcia is one of my favorites. Also, pistachio ice cream flavors. We need a cool collector's custom set with signed cards of Reindeer Studios, Collector's Dream, Professor Bowman, and other YouTube. I don't know what you mean about those top YouTubers, but I think it would be really fun to have like a YouTuber set and just keep building on it. That's a fun idea. Am I a fan of Neil Peart? I respect the guy. I don't come anywhere near what that guy did, but I respect him for sure. I feel like we've heard some Gene Krupa in your vignettes. Yeah, right. It would be fun to have a top set. It's got to be a Bowman set, though. No, that's okay. It doesn't matter. It could be tops. Anybody got any sets that they want to talk about? Any cards that they've been looking up? Here's a friendly reminder. I still have a couple of these sitting around. If anybody knows anybody or anybody's interested in owning a bit of a beater of this gentleman who played for the Brooklyn Dodgers and leaped over a guy over second base, one spring training game. I've got a couple of these left. They are all creased up. They are beat up. But if you just want a copy of one of these cards, hit me up, send me an email. Here's my email. Would love for somebody in this community to get one of these or both of these if you want to for some reason. One for you and one for a loved one. I mean, who doesn't want a Pee Wee Reese card? Let me know. Send me an email. Fleer's not doing anything. They should do the YouTube said, hey, they'd make some money. I don't know how much money, but they'd make some. Hey, what's up, Dan? Dan, you've got a bunch of videos that I need to catch up on. I've got a lot of watch laters that I need to get to. I've been trying to catch up on stuff. Very cool, Larry. Congratulations. Beautiful T206 portrait of Nap Lajoie. That's a great reason to be late. Your son and a leg of lamb dinner. Those are two good reasons to be late. I was late tonight too, Dan. So don't feel bad. Yes, I saw that. That's one of the videos I got to watch. There's a Tris Speaker showcase on Dan's channel. We'll have to check out. One of the things I'm trying to figure out like summer plans, and the National is definitely on my mind, trying to figure out if I can make that happen. Another thing I'm trying to do is get up north to visit my dad. And one of the things on the list is to get my dad to a minor league game. So we're going to try to go to a Reading Phillies game. When I was growing up, we would go to Reading quite a bit to see the Reading Phillies. It's not too far away from where I grew up, and I can't remember the last time I've done it. It's been decades at this point. So I'm really excited to get back there with my dad and just go to a baseball game with your dad. I mean, come on, that's the best, right? I haven't done that in so long. So I'm excited to get up there this summer and catch a game with him. Scott just signed up to sell at a card show. It's not until the end of May. I need to find one sooner. Scott, what are you selling? Are you just like selling like excess stuff? And have you always wanted to do that, or is that like a new venture for you? Customs, art, and merch. Okay. Oh, cool. That's great. So not cards, but taking advantage of that market. Exactly, man. Exactly. That's the idea. And you gotta do it. You gotta like make those plans and make it happen. And that's what I'm trying to do. Especially when it's hard to get together. I'm distance wise, I don't always get to get up to see family. So I'm trying to make more of an effort to make that happen. Sweet. That's cool, man. Well, I'll look forward to figuring something out with you. And what I'll do is I'll send you a photograph of what I've got left, and we'll figure out something that works for you. My favorite ice cream flavor is cookies and cream, in case anybody was wondering. Not the most original, but what can I say? It's good. I just like it. Any last topics, guys? We've got a little bit over 10 minutes left. Any final words? Any last words? Yeah, I always love when this happens. If there's some way for people to realize that they're close to each other and find a way to meet up, that's really cool. I mean, that's one of the main things I'm thinking about in terms of trying to get to the National this year. It's been so long, and I really want to get there because there's so many people that I've met over the past several years that I've never actually met in person. So I really want to try to get there this year. That's a great idea. Banana and peanut butter ice cream. I am, Orlando, and it's not done. I was hoping to post it today. I just ran out of time. But probably this week. It'll be a short one. I actually just got a couple cards in, and I'm thinking about how I want to do videos around them. So those will be coming up relatively soon. I was talking about this earlier. I want to get videos out, but I'm also trying not to like rush too much and just get them out there to get them out there. I want to make sure that I'm having fun with them and that they're as enjoyable as I can make them. I mean, I enjoy them. I hope other people do too. So there'll be at least a couple coming up pretty soon. It's hard for me to get a lot of videos done now these days, but I still enjoy making them as much as I did when I started. Will they really? What is the record for the most losses in a season? And how do you feel about that, Mitchell? Around what years did you go to Reading Phillies games? That would have been like the late 80s, early 90s, probably somewhere in there. When they were called the Reading Phillies. Now they're called like, what are they called? The Reading Fightins or something like that. Does anybody have any Greg Morris opinions? What's up, John? The 62 Mets, 120. There you go, Mookie, right off the bat. Like Mookie's like, yes, that's my team. What was I going to say? The Phillies hold the badge for being the longest running franchise with the most losses of any professional sports team. That's our badge of honor. Hey, low grade, no grade vintage. Longtime lurker. Well, it's nice to hear from you. Everybody say hello to low grade, no grade vintage. He's been here this whole time and we didn't know it. Sending you an email shortly about the Pee-wee. Well, that makes sense because it fits with your name. I hope we can figure out something that makes sense for you. And I love your avatar, man. Nothing beats that Jackie Robinson. What's up, TJ? Yeah, yes. And we booed more during the wins, absolutely. Really quick, want to let you all know next Sunday we'll have another round of what I like to call a show a card session. I did one of these around New Year's with Scott and Don, which was a lot of fun. And we're going to do another one this time with a different group of folks. Some of these folks, I'll leave it a mystery. Although some of them are in here, and you guys can just say if you're going to be on it. But some of them are guys that have been on Card Room Live in the past, and some are guys that are relatively new and maybe haven't been on Card Room Live before. So I'm excited to get this group of guys together. And if you missed the show a card that we did with Don and Scott, I basically give them like a laundry list of different prompts, and they got to pull stuff from their collection. And it's just going to be kind of cool to see which cards they pick and why. So that'll be a lot of fun. That'll be next Sunday night. And after that, we'll see what happens. I'm trying to work out some ideas with other folks. I've been talking to Jake, Legends Never Die, about doing a session at some point in the future. But if anybody has any ideas for topics or wants to come on or anything like that, shoot me an email, send me a message, send me a text. Let's figure something out. Let's see. Okay, cool. That's great. All right. Well, thanks for joining in, everybody. If you enjoyed this live stream about nothing, I hope you'll give it a thumbs up. And it's always nice to hear from all of you. It's no fun without any of you guys in here. So thanks for jumping in and chatting it up and talking about ice cream and other hobbies and 1957 Tops, Johnny Padres, and on and on and on. City Connect. It was a good time. So we'll do this again next Sunday. We'll have a show card showcase with some fellow YouTubers. Until then, have a great night, everybody. 4 cards. Four Collectors is doing a vintage card trade night starting in a few minutes. So jump onto that. And until next Sunday, have a great weekend, everybody. Take care. Good night.